Go ahead, please.
Mike, I'm offended by Rock and Roll Friday. I listen to your show quite a bit, but my father, I got a father who's black, and he grew up in the 50s and during that time. And when this Rock and Roll Friday, back during those days, blacks couldn't vote, women couldn't vote, people didn't have the rights that they do now.
So we have to erase the entire decade in order to please you?
Well, you know what you're doing, Mike.
I think what we should do is carry it a step further. I think anything from the 50s should be eliminated in America. Maybe we should burn all the cars of the 50s.
Oh, Mike, but you're very smart.
Maybe any television reruns from the 50s should be purged to make you feel better. Should we eliminate any reference to President Eisenhower because it offends you?
No, not at all. But you know what you're doing.
Is there something wrong with you? Is there something mentally wrong with you that you would actually waste our time with such a call? You're listening to cheerful songs from the 50s and that offends you on a racial basis?
Because you know what you're doing when you say that when the cars are thick and the women are straight. What's wrong with gay women?
Well, now you're changing it. I thought you said your father was black.
No, but you say when the women were straight.
Wait, hold on. You just said that your father is black. Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
So what does that have to do with Rock and Roll Friday, that your father was black?
Because you say the 50s. Because you love the 50s. But you don't say all.
Yeah, I did love the 50s. What's the matter? I'm not allowed to love the 50s? That's a crime against you?
No, but you know what you're doing, Mike.
Yeah, of course I know what I'm doing. That's why I'm here and you're there talking to yourself in a county lockup. I'll be right back.
Savage.
Harry, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Okay, Michael. Love listening to your show. I happen to disagree with most of what you say. Let me ask you a question, a hypothetical. Red China attacks our country and lands here and is fighting. Then do we as Americans become patriots or terrorists or insurgents? What are we if we're defending our country?
Well, you see, it's interesting to start thinking like that, but it shows how far you have gone as an American citizen that you can't even back your own country in a war. Of course, if they landed here, we would fight them and we would be patriots. But that is not ipso facto, therefore the Iraqis are patriots. That's number one. Because you are an American, Harry. You should be backing our troops and not asking yourself such a silly question. That would be like saying, when the Americans were bombing Germany in World War II to take out Hitler and the Nazis, weren't the SS officers patriots? Would you argue that, Harry?
Well, to a certain degree, yes and no. They were not patriots because that was a whole different scenario.
Wait. What do you mean? You're trying to argue that the Iraqi rebels are patriots because they're defending their homeland. So would you then argue that Hitler's soldiers, not the Wehrmacht who were enlisted, I am talking about the SS, the Death's Head Brigade, the Adolf Hitler Brigade, wouldn't they be considered super patriots by your definition, Harry?
No, they were not patriots. I do not consider them super patriots.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? Then you're double talking me.
No, I'm trying to show you two.
How is it that you can say that Hitler's SS officers were not patriotic, but you can suddenly say that the Iraqi bums are patriots? Where's your thinking coming from?
I'm saying that the Iraqi people, the Sunnis and Shiites who are from Iraq, they are the people who are fighting for their country. I believe that there are terrorists.
Wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute. But by the same logic that you're using, if you want to call it internationalist logic, wouldn't then the SS officers also have been patriots?
No, I don't believe that. I think it's a totally...
Oh, wait, now hold it. Tell me why you don't believe that.
Okay, because the SS and the stormtroopers, that whole regime was literally out to take over the world. They were trying to occupy other countries. So therefore, since they would...
Wait. Hold on a minute. But radical Islam wants to export Islam to the whole world. Ask the preacher in Fallujah, in the Najaf, that radical fat slob. He wants to see the whole world Islamicized. So by the same token, he wants to take over the world.
So Islam is our enemy. I agree with that. I'm saying I don't disagree with everything you say, but I agree with that. I agree that Islam is our enemy. But the point...
Well, hold it. I don't say Islam is our enemy. I said radical Islam is our enemy. That's quite a different thing. So don't put words in my mouth. But Harry, if you're trying to take that internationalist look at the thing from the other guy's point of view approach, why then you could never fight in an American war, because you'd say the other guy is just defending his homeland too. Harry, it would be like saying you're a fighter, you're a boxer. Let's say you're a middleweight and you're getting in the ring with the other guy and both of you pray to God to win. would you then say, well, the other guy is just defending his honor. He wants to win too? Would you take his side or would you take your side?
Well, of course I'm going to always take my side. But
Well, why don't you take the side of the U.S. Marines then instead of telling me that the other guys are patriots?
take the side of our troops. I support our troops 1,000,000%. I'm totally behind
How could you support our troops 1,000,000% if you're arguing that the Iraqis who are killing them are just patriots defending their homeland?
I'm giving you a hypothetical. I'm not saying that all Iraqis are patriots. There are a lot of them that are not, but a great majority of them are, and they're just trying to defend their country.
Nonsense. The patriots want their country to be democratized, and they don't want women in burqas, and they don't want Islam forced down people's throats, and they don't want to burn Jews, and they don't want to kill Christians. Those are the real patriots. These are vermin.
Not the Iraqi people. I'm sorry, Michael. I respect...
I didn't say the Iraqi people. I said the Iraqi people want democracy or relative democracy. But the bums we're fighting in Fallujah and Najaf are not the Iraqi people. They are fanatics who want to export their religion and dominate the world, and B, they are surrounded by foreigners who aren't even Iraqis, Harry.
Those are the ones who are our major enemy. I agree with you there. I do.
So what are we arguing about?
We're arguing about that. I think that we are categorizing and generalizing that a lot of these Iraqi citizens who are, and I really believe, I may be wrong, Michael, but I really believe that they are trying to defend their country from an occupying force. Yes, many of them want us there because without us there, it would be bloody civil.
Well, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. We liberated them from a monster, the Hitler or Stalin of their world, and now they're shooting us in the back. Let them go to hell. We liberated them. Now we expect something from them. With freedom comes responsibility. It's not a one-way ticket. Now they've got to perform for us. They've got to join the family of man. They can't go back to their psychotic ways.
Michael, like I said, I respectfully agree to disagree. I respect your opinion. I love your show. And you know what?
You know why, Harry? Because a good part of you actually agrees with me, even though you're probably a lifetime Democrat. I don't intend to change you. I'm not here to front for George Bush. But you got to understand what I'm saying, Harry. The majority of Iraqis want the radicals out of their country. They don't want to live in Afghanistan under the Taliban. They want the freedoms that we have here. And in order for them to enjoy it, they're going to have to play ball with us. They're going to have to do it our way. We're not going to have to do it their way.
I agree. But again, I just hate generalizing, saying that all the Iraqis are insurgents and that they're terrorists. They're not. They're really not.
Well, we're saying the same thing. I just said most of them want these bums out of there. Most Iraqis do not want this fat cleric screaming holy war. Most Iraqis want the Pakistanis and the Iranians and the Saudi terrorists who have come in to help that Sadr out of there. So we're saying the same thing in different ways, Harry.
Well, okay, maybe we are. Maybe we're looking at it from two different points of view.
There it is. You see, that's the problem is we're 3,000 miles away, Harry. If we were over a cup of coffee, we'd probably realize we agree more than we disagree.
The Savage Nation. It's Savage on Demand.
Are you tired of